Wealthy people, they drink out of celebration. I don't have anything to celebrate. I'm not where I want to be right now. So therefore, I'm just going to continue to lock in and the fun will come later. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be doing a sit down and talk video. But with this video, I felt like it was something really important to speak on because I know a lot of people, especially in my generation, we crave for a wealthy lifestyle. And when I mean wealthy lifestyle, I don't mean only rich. I mean like wealthiness in your health, in your mind, everything. So in today's video, that's what we're going to go into detail about. This is my first sit down and talk. Like, I've sat and just talked to a camera, but this is my actual first time talking like about a specific subject. So bear with me if I'm acting a little. But okay, yeah, let's get into it. So with all of these habits, these are habits that I am trying very hard to implement into my everyday routine. I can't say that I stick to each one of these 100%, but I definitely strive to reach these goals every day or whatever the circumstance may be. Habit number one that I try to implement is removing low value friends out of my life. And when I mean low value friends, I mean friends who love to drink, party, do anything that's like, you know, wild, crazy. I am setting expectations for all of my friends because you are who you surround yourself with, and that is a fact. If you have friends who only party, then you're going to probably want to only party too. And that is just not the best thing to do in times of growing into creating a wealthy lifestyle for yourself, because you're not able to focus, you're very distracted, you're surrounded by people who aren't even sober, who don't have genuine intentions for you because they're probably drunk. You have to be alone through this process, then that is even better. It's not worth having those type of people around that can negatively affect the journey that you're on. For example, lately I have not been partying, I haven't been smoking, drinking, any of that. And last weekend I got hit with a test basically. Me and my friend went bowling, and after bowling I was, you know, it's a Saturday night, I don't care, I don't go out, so I put on my pajamas and I'm laying down, but she's like, I'm bored, and I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? And really the only options at that point on the table were to go out and party. And because of the guilt that I felt of keeping my friend entertained, I went out. And although I did stay sober, it was still the environment of partying that kind of threw me off, because I knew like none of these people have, like, everyone who's talking to me right now does not have genuine intentions for me. And not only that, I knew that I could be doing something way better than standing in a club listening to music around drunk people. And although I did have fun with my friend listening to music and just being around her, I knew that my mind wasn't there anymore. You know, that is not the things that I like to do anymore, so I can no longer do those activities. Also making sure while going through this process, like, even if it's hard for you to detach yourself from your low value friends, at least try to stick to your word when you know that you're going through a different journey than others. So that goes to my second habit, sticking to your word. You know the phrase, be a man of your word, but in my sake, be a woman of your word, because that is so important. People take you so much more serious when you are a person of their word. You know, you don't want to be a type of person that says, oh, I'm going to work out, but you sat in your bed all week. Like, that makes you look like a person who doesn't care about yourself. Really, that's what it is. You don't care about yourself, you don't value yourself, your time, you don't respect other people's time. It can go all into that. So make sure that you are sticking to everything that you say, and if you know that you are not ready for what you are about to say, then it's better to not say it at all. With friends that I'm trying to bring into my life, I'm getting really close with God and just myself, so I do desire friends who this wind, okay. I do desire friends that honestly like to go to church, like to talk about God, because that's what I like to do. And I want to be around friends who can give what I can give, you know, an energy exchange. It can be really draining when you're around people you give and they only receive. Just make sure you're cautious of your friends, because that is so important. Your circle is so important, I promise. Next thing is creating a routine for myself. So I'm still working on this, but I do hear a lot that the most successful people have routines for themselves, and also with routines that also helps you implement better habits into your everyday life. Waking up early so that you can have enough time in the morning to get yourself together for work. When I go to work, I don't want to just wake up, get ready for work, and go spend my day doing what I have to do at work, spending my time doing what somebody else is telling me to do. I want enough time to where I can get up, start my morning off slow, eat breakfast, take my time to get ready. You know, like today I did my hair, I got on a cute outfit, things like that. It makes your day so much more better, and you can implement praying, journaling, all of those things, whatever you have to do to make sure that you're setting your intention for the day. That is so important. And same for night routine as well. You know, you spend your whole day doing something. For a lot of people who are trying to get wealthy, you're probably not doing what you want to do exactly. You may be working a job you don't want to work, being around people you don't want to be with, you know, all of those things. So it is important that at least while you're ending your night, you make sure that you implement any type of self-care or whatever it is that you want to do to make sure that you can go to sleep feeling peaceful and relaxed at the end of the day. So basically making sure that you're setting non-negotiables for yourself each morning and each night, just so that you can feel good starting your day and ending your day. I spoke on this lightly with the first habit, but the third habit is no drinking, partying, or smoking. I need to make sure I am as level-headed as possible. Getting drunk and getting high doesn't do anything for you. Going out to party, unless it's a specific celebration for a loved one, it's no purpose in it. I promise you. You're wasting your time, you're destroying your body. You know, all of those things are important, and for a wealthy lifestyle, that also includes the best care of your body is possible. And if you're drinking it up and smoking it up and just messing up your lungs and your gut, all of those things, you're not going to have a wealthy lifestyle, because you're going to be sick and coughing and feeling drained by the age of 40. I won't say that every now and then I won't have a drink or two, but as far as getting drunk, like, I'm no longer doing that on an everyday, every weekend occasion. Every once in a while, I'll give myself that for certain events, but I'm still not making it an excuse that it's okay. Wealthy people, they drink out of celebration. I don't have anything to celebrate. I'm not where I want to be right now, so therefore I'm just going to continue to lock in, and the fun will come later. The fourth habit that I have is taking care of my mind, body, and soul. Those three things make up you as a person. You have a body, you have a mind, and you have a soul, and they all correlate together to make you who you are. So things like working out, taking vitamins, and eating nourishing meals, nourishing drinks are things that can help with your body and just help it be at its best self. Doing things like dopamine detoxes and being cautious of what you're consuming on a daily basis are things that can help with your mind. Your mind is what makes up most of the decisions that you're going to be doing. Every minute your mind is telling you what to do, so you want to make sure that you're feeding it the right things so that you can have the right control of what you're doing. And for your soul, for me, I like to do things like spending time with God. Really, that's like the main thing, because God is the soul, you know, like, that's just what that is, and it can't get no better than just spending time with the source who gave you that soul. So that's all I have to say about that. Habit number 5, reading more and scrolling less. This is something that I am trying to work on so heavy, because I could scroll all day if I could, and I have been working on it, but scrolling leads to nothing. If you're scrolling, you're most likely just watching other people's lives. You're most likely just looking for some sort of entertainment or distractions, and there are no time for distractions, comparisons, none of that in this journey of your life. So you want to make sure that you're watching out for your screen times every day on iPhones. I'm sure Androids too, but it tells you how much time you're spending on your screens, and that includes TV, laptops, all of that. So myself, I'm personally trying to get my screen time under 5 hours a day, and that's still kind of a lot, but you know, it's a slow start. So instead of me scrolling, I like to get a book instead. I like non-fictions and fiction books, but I think non-fictions can get a little overwhelming, because those are books that you try to remember, like self-care books. Like, you want to remember every advice that they're giving you. It can get a bit overwhelming when all I'm reading is self-care books. I would recommend setting designated times for when you're reading a self-care book. Perfect example. If you want to read a book before you go to bed instead of being on your phone, I personally got got a fiction book just so that I could read it, and it's not something to where I have to focus so hard to retain the information that I am receiving. It's just something that's a good read. I don't have to put too much mind focus into it, and that helps for a better read at the end of the night. Habit number 6 is no Instagram. Y'all, I have hopped off of the gram. Like, it is so toxic up there. I really don't even feel like I have to go into detail about Instagram. Everyone knows how Instagram is now. Everyone is just flexing their fake lives, and everyone is just comparing themselves, and that is like the best app for comparison. And most of the time people aren't even living the life that they're displaying on Instagram at all. I just got off of there. For me personally, I don't have nothing to post because once again, I'm not where I want to be, and I don't want nobody to be seeing me going through my journey of trying to get to where I want to go, because it's a process. It's like that allows me to stay focused within my process and not searching for what other people are doing, not being doubtful because I see, oh, somebody just got this brand new car and here I am in my same old car. Like, no, I don't have time for none of that distractions, none of that comparison. Next time people see me on Instagram, I'm gonna be living that wealthy lifestyle, okay? And that's just that. Y'all, I think I got my habits number mixed up. I think I've already said 7 habits, so I'm gonna just stop with the habit number blank 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 because I don't know. Okay, another habit that I have been implementing is journaling. Every single morning I journal what I'm grateful for. I journal 5 affirmations, and I journal like 10 or however many goals, and I also journal a Bible scripture as well. I do this every single morning because it just helps to remind yourself of what you're doing, and once you get that wealthy lifestyle, it's all gonna be there. Y'all, I have done this before with my nail business and saving my money in 2021, I believe. Every single day I wrote down anything about my nail business I could, or I want to save $10,000, or I want to travel out the country. I did all of that in a matter of a year max, like maybe 6 months, but I'm going to say a year just to be more realistic because I can't remember right now. But I'm telling y'all, it works. It's a sign of manifestation, but I don't really think of it like that anymore. I would say I just think of it as documentation of the process. I said I was going to do this, and it helps to remind myself of what I'm working towards. Another habit that I implement is being grateful for what I have right now. It's hard to be grateful for what you have when you want more, but if you believe in God like I do, you have to understand that God is going to give you what you need, and He's not going to give you what you don't need. He knows what you're ready for, and He knows what you're not ready for. If you're working at this job, let's say you're making like $20 an hour and you're trying to save $10,000 or whatever, it's not just gonna give you way more than you can handle, because then you're gonna waste it all. Like, you're not gonna use it the right way, and then you'll probably have to start over from the beginning, and you don't want to do that. That's really important, to make sure you remind yourself that you're grateful for everything you have, because it's meant for you to have what you have and nothing more, and more will come when you continue to prove to yourself and whatever source you believe in that you're capable of handling more. Another habit I'm implementing is representing myself as the person I want to be. If you want a wealthy lifestyle, then you're probably going to want to be a specific type of person. I want to represent myself as a high value, respectable, and classy woman. I want respect. I want to be seen as classy and not like ratchet or ghetto or any of that. And I want to be a high value woman, a woman who has high standards. Right now I'm doing the best that I can to implement that, and that's another thing. The important thing with this is, most likely, if there's a person that you want to be, you don't have the resources or the things to be that person yet. So the best advice that I can give, which I'm also doing right now, is represent yourself as that person to the best of your ability. I still dress cute in crop tops and stuff. I'm not saying more so as like style, but how you put yourself together. Don't go out the house with the bonnet on and pajamas on, or people are going to treat you like you have a bonnet on and pajamas. It's not even about other people but myself. I'm gonna feel good, I'm gonna feel better, I'm gonna feel more confident within myself because I look better. And even things down to like my nails and my hair and lashes, anything girly that you like to do, try to do it yourself, for real, because everyone knows it is expensive to keep up with that maintenance. And one day when you are living that wealthy lifestyle, you'll be able to book that appointment at the beginning of the month. But right now we are painting our own nails and toes, we are doing our own hair, and right now my nails is like, this hand is good, this hand is like looking messed up, but this is regular polish, so I'm gonna let it slide. Overall, you just want to make sure that you're carrying yourself to the best of your abilities so that you can live as close to the way that a wealthy person would live. The next habit is budgeting my money. Y'all, this is so serious. Wealthy people know how to spend their money. They're financially knowledgeable. They're not stupid with their money. They are very smart. That's something that you need to make sure that you know. You need to make sure that you are financially knowledgeable. You need to make sure that you know where your money is going. You need to make sure that you're saving your money. You need to make sure that you are in control of your money. I'm following a 10%, 75%, and 25% budget strictly right now. The 10% I tithe at church each week because I get paid weekly, and the 75% that's left, I put that in my savings, and then the 25% that's left, I put that into my checkings account, and that is what I'm spending within that week. Nothing more. And if I do spend more, then I'm taking it out of the next check. And if you have bills, what you're gonna do is take the amount of bills that you have to pay out first, and whatever is left, then you will apply that 10%, 75%, and 25%. This plan has been working so well for me. I've been so much more in control with my money, and I've been so much more aware of what I'm spending my money on. You want to make sure that you're saving your money so that you're creating a foundation for yourself, and then when the time is right, you can start making those investments and creating those assets for yourself and all of those good things. Another habit is being on time with your payments. This is something that I have done very well at because my dad like instilled it in me from a teenager. But you don't want to be late with payments because that leaves off such a bad history with whoever you're leaving bad payments to, and then you're building debt for yourself. And if it's your credit, you have a horrible credit score, you can't just go to the lot and buy a car, you know. So you want to make sure that you are on time with your payments. That is so important because the older you get, most likely the more bills that you're going to get. And if you're wealthy, you're going to have, I want to say if you're wealthy but if you're wealthy, you're definitely going to have bills and payments and all of these things. You're going to want to take care of yourself, go on trips. So you want to make sure that you're creating the habits of making sure that your payments are on time so that you know that you are staying on top of your finances. A habit that I do each month is I have a calendar and I write down all of my payments and the dates that they are due so that I can make sure I'm not missing any dates and that I'm paying everything on time. There's nothing wrong with paying payments before they're due. This is something that I like to do because it helps me to remember better, and also I don't want to pay my payment on the day that it's due because what if it doesn't process the same day? Any of those things could happen. So try to pay before and not right on time. If I have a check that's big enough, I try to pay all of my bills at the beginning of the month. Every paycheck that I'm getting after that, it's just money that's growing. I make this big old $800,000 whatever it is payment at the beginning of the month, and then all the money that I'm making the rest of the month is going towards groceries, hygiene stuff. Got a little carried away with that one, but stay on top of your payments, ma'am, or bro, whichever. Okay, another thing I've been implementing, like I said, wealthy lifestyle is not only about money, but it's about your body, all of that. So I grocery shop and cook at home instead of eating out. Since inflation is happening, a lot of people are saying that eating out is the same as eating at home, but it's really not. When you eat at home, you can have meals for your family, or you can have meals that you can continue to eat throughout the week. You have to think about the exchange that you're getting. If you're putting money towards eating at home, you're probably picking out things like fruit, vegetables. You can create different recipes with those things. But if you're eating out, you're probably eating grease that's been used for who knows how long. They could have had that same grease in there for 3 days, cooking different foods in there. You're having people spit, talking all over your food. Y'all, I've worked at a fast food spot, and let me tell you, they do not care. They don't care about your food at all. So if you don't care about your body, continue to eat at that fast food spot that you love to go to. But my wealthy people, we're going to be cooking at home and eating healthy because it's going to show how you're treating your body. What you eat is going to show, I promise you. You want to make sure like you're glowing, your body's looking good, you're representing yourself as a wealthy person, and that's just that. Just make sure you're trying to eat at home, grocery shop, consuming fruits and vegetables. Let me speak on that because a lot of people do not eat fruits and vegetables. And why? That is so important. That's literally the main sources of food that is nourishing your body. Like, you need fruits and vegetables to thrive and to be properly hydrated and all of that. I'm not saying you have to be on the healthiest diet ever, but there needs to be a balance. If you're gonna be eating junk food or whatever you decide to eat, make sure you're also incorporating good foods like fruits and vegetables so it can at least balance out. But I would recommend getting on a better diet, going to the grocery store, picking out your fresh produce, fresh fruits, fresh meats, and cooking it at home. Cooking it in an environment that you know is clean and safe. Also, if you're eating fast food, you're probably getting lower quality food too. Wealthy people, they don't eat junk food. They eat good. They make sure they're taking care of their body. They're making sure that they are nourishing their body. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they care about their body, and that's my whole point. Make sure that you're caring for your body. Okay, and the last habit is, it's not really like a habit, but it's more so of a phrase. There is work to be done, so there is no more time for lacking. Y'all, time is going. I think about life like we don't have more time, but every day we have less time. The more time that you wait to start implementing these habits or whatever habits work for you, is the less time that you're gonna have to enjoy that wealthy lifestyle. I want to be the type of person who lived majority of their lives wealthy and free. I want to have majority of years living like that and less years living like working for somebody else, feeling tired in the morning, feeling drained, not living free, not being able to travel when I want. I'm gonna be living 22 years like how I've been living, and 89 years living that life people desire. I'm gonna be that example. It's inspiring because there are so many people out here that are living wealthy lifestyles who are exactly where we are, and I'm not living a wealthy lifestyle. Let me not say that. That's another thing. I'm glad I said that, because you need to watch what you say. Your words are so powerful, and if you say like, oh, I can't get this, then you're literally not going to get it. Do you not understand that you are literally in control of your whole life? What you say, what you do, the people who you're around, all of that controls your life. So please be cautious of what you are saying, and that's why I say affirmations every morning, because you're speaking what kind of life that you want into existence before it's already here. So you're showing that you trust that lifestyle, that even though it's not there yet, you're trusting that it's coming. God is listening. Your soul, your mind, all of that is listening. If you continue to say, I'm not gonna get this, or I don't feel like doing this, your mind is gonna say, oh, she doesn't feel like doing this, so I'm gonna make her body tell her that she doesn't want to do this. Now she's gonna be sleepy and lazy and go to sleep for the rest of the day, and now she's not going to be productive. That's how that's going to be. So watch what you say. Say affirmations every morning, every afternoon, every night. Whenever you feel doubtful, remind yourself, I am living a wealthy lifestyle. I'm taking care of myself. I care for myself. Whatever it is that you have to say. But watch your mouth. Your tongue is powerful. You speak life or death on your tongue. I think that's how you say it, but you get what I mean. Back to what I was saying, there's no time for lacking. We don't have time to waste. We want this lifestyle as soon as possible, so you got to make sure that you're implementing as many of these things as you can, so that you're creating an abundant, a free-flowing, just amazingly free lifestyle. Like, we got this. Anyone in the world can do what they want to do. Just because you living with your mama, I'm living with my mama and my daddy, but I still got it. I can still do it. I can be at the house next year. I can be traveling the world. Just swipe it next year. But you got to be consistent. You cannot give up on yourself. When you give up, that's more time being wasted, and we do not have time to waste. We don't know what the world is going to show. We don't know what the world is going to bring. COVID showed that. COVID showed us a lot. Like, stuff can happen just like that. So you got to make sure that you're doing the best that you can, as quickly and consistent as you can. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm really gonna have to look back, and I hope I don't cringe at myself. I really tried to express these habits to the best of my ability, so I really hope that y'all was able to retain the information and that I explained things very well for you to understand. I love you guys, and let's get wealthy together. You got this. We got this. Mwah.